Please be seated.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello.
This is a case of Browne versus Hampton.
Thank you, Jerome.
You're welcome.
Good day, everyone. Ms. Browne, you stand before the court with your mother, Alicia Browne. You say your world was recently turned upside down when you were contacted by a man whom you've never even heard of before, claiming to be your birth father. Now, that man, Mr. Hampton, is waiting in our courtroom hallway, and he will join us in a moment. Now, he claims he has evidence to prove he is, in fact, your biological father. Now, what happened when you were first contacted by Mr. Hampton? How did you even hear from him?
Well, first and foremost, I am adopted. I was adopted when I was 3 months old, so I have no idea who my extended family is or my biological mother. I was recently contacted by someone claiming to be my sister on what's called Instagram. And from there, he messaged me on Facebook. And he said, "Kayla, I think I finally found your Facebook. Please let me know. I have no idea how much you or your adoption parents know about how things were, but I'll be more than willing to answer your questions that they may have, and I have pictures also. Talk to you later." As if he already knew.
Wow. And so what were you thinking when you read that?
Who are you?
So you've never met this man?
No.
Never heard of him?
Nope.
And next thing you know, he's on your Facebook saying, "I'm your birth father."
Yeah, he's not my dad.
Wow. Well, Jerome, I think it's time we meet Mr. Hampton. What a story.
Hello, Mr. Hampton.
Hello, Mr. Hampton. Thank you for joining us today.
Hello, Your Honor.
Thank you for being here. So we just heard an amazing story from Ms. Browne.
I've been looking for my daughter for 20 years, Your Honor.
Okay.
I was in love with her mother, Your Honor, and
You all were in a relationship?
yes, we were in a relationship, Your Honor, and she was pregnant, Your Honor. This was my first child. I'm the one that gave her name, Your Honor. I did everything that I...
So you were participating in this pregnancy and in the birth?
You know, I moved to Alaska to be with her mother while she was pregnant. And I was there at the hospital when she was born.
I'm confused. If you did all that stuff, I don't know why I'm here with my mom today and not with you. I don't get it. To be honest. I'm just being honest.
Your mother was going through some problems. I had the opportunity to take you when I met her at the mall. I didn't know whether she wanted me to take you permanently. I couldn't take you at the time. I had to go back to Seattle. I cried every minute on the plane.
Do you have any proof of this?
This is it, Your Honor. This is the toys that I first bought her before they left, Your Honor.
Jerome, hand me the evidence, please. Thank you. So this is a picture of the person you say is Ms. Browne's birth mother.
Yes, Your Honor.
And she's pregnant.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
I've kept this photo for years, Your Honor, because I knew someday that I would find her, Your Honor.
And who's in this photo, Mr. Hampton?
That's me. That's my daughter here, and that's her mother, Your Honor.
So, Ms. Browne, what are you thinking as you see these photos?
Look at that baby. That could be you or you. It's just, there's nothing that distinguishingly says it's me. Maybe if I had that wrap that was around that baby, maybe if I had something.
So when you look at these pictures, you don't feel a connection because in your mind you're saying, there's nothing identifiable that says it's me.
Yeah, nothing.
This is my daughter in those pictures. That's my daughter in those pictures, Your Honor.
Okay, and listen, that may be true that in the picture, the baby you're holding is your daughter. But why are you so sure that it is Ms. Browne?
I knew her birth date, and I knew the situation surrounding it.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere. So the exact date of Ms. Browne's birth is the exact date of your Kayla's birth.
Exactly, Your Honor.
And you named this baby Kayla.
Exactly, Your Honor.
Okay. When's the last time you saw her? Before today, if this is in fact your daughter.
I haven't seen her since she was about 2 weeks old, Your Honor.
About 2 weeks old.
2 weeks old, Your Honor.
In your statement to the court, you said you have a picture of her at 2 years old. How did you get that picture?
Your Honor, when I went back to Alaska, Your Honor, I came across her mother, Your Honor, and her birth mother gave this picture to
Jerome,
to me,
let me
Your
see
Honor.
this picture. Her birth mother, so you went back to Washington, then you came back to Alaska, and her birth mother gave you this picture.
Yes, Your Honor. And I still have that, I've kept that photo on my wall for the last 20 years, Your Honor.
This picture.
I've kept that photo on my
and
wall.
she's 2 years old.
And she's 2 years old, Your Honor.
So this is a picture of, wow. So this picture of the young baby girl that you say is your daughter, Kayla, has been up on the wall in your home.
Exactly, Your Honor.
I don't know if that's true.
Ms. Browne, is this a picture of you?
She's
I
got
think
the
it
eyes,
looks
Your
like
Honor.
me. Yeah. It has a little devious smile that I had.
This is amazing. Have you ever seen this picture?
No.
It looks like you to me. It looks like your eyebrows. And look, I don't know the results of the test either. So I am here inside this mystery with you. And I want to figure it out for you.
I know that it's my daughter, Your Honor.
If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell.
Your Honor, I contacted social services, Your Honor, and I told them that I didn't want my daughter to be adopted. They told me that I needed to get a paternity test, Your Honor.
I don't know why. I mean, I'm 20. I'm 20 years old.
But she's still my daughter, Your Honor.
That's a long time to go without seeing your child you love so much.
I've been looking for you. I've been looking for you for 20 years. I've searched everywhere.
I want to hear from your adoptive mother. Ms. Browne, please stand. And first ask you, have you ever seen this picture of your daughter?
Yes, I have.
You have.
I have, and I'm curious to know how her biological mother got that picture.
Oh, okay, wait. So you know this to be your daughter,
Yes, that's my daughter.
but
But I never gave that picture to anybody, and I don't know where. We've had Kayla since she was 3 months old.
so when you adopted her, did you have any information given to you about a father?
There's no one listed as a father on
What are you reading?
her adoption papers.
May I see that, please?
Yeah.
Your Honor, I got child support papers right here, Your Honor. The state of Alaska was collecting child support from me for her.
Wait a minute. Oh,
So they
hold
knew
that
that I
piece
was
of
the father.
evidence. Let me just see this first.
I took this child several different times, at least for sure 3 times, if not 4 times, in for blood tests,
Okay.
and watched them draw blood from her to try to determine who her father was. And they never could determine who the father was.
So
they kept listing different men. Okay, now we think this is the father. Can you please bring her in for another test? And I'd take her in, and then, at
But
this
they never
time,
came to me.
I understand your emotion. The thought of being a mother and bringing your baby in to have blood drawn to try to figure out who their father is, I know that was really tough. And yet you're telling me 3 or 4 men were tested,
Yes.
and every test.
Yeah, because we wouldn't have been able to legally adopt her. We had her from the time she was 3 weeks old. She came to us. Normally, we're foster parents, and I normally wouldn't take an infant in because I knew I'd be attached to them. Mm-hmm. But it was supposed to be just a weekend. Then it turned into a week, and then I'm like, oh God, please,
Don't take her.
don't take her from us. And we went on for 2 years of trying to determine who, because legally they could not.
That
so
can't be
hold
true.
on, I just want to be clear. Out of the 3 to 4 times that you took your baby Kayla, Ms. Browne, in to be tested so they could try to establish paternity,
Yes.
never once was Mr. Hampton tested.
I've
You don't
never
remember
heard-
him being.
I've never heard his name
Never
in
heard
my
his
life.
name. Now I want to confirm from you, Mr. Hampton, were you ever tested in the past? Were you ever contacted as a potential biological father for this baby to be tested?
No, ma'am, no, I wasn't. They had me paying child support, Your Honor.
Let me see that paperwork.
They knew.
That doesn't make sense.
You were paying child support.
That's what
Don't they have to
to
determine paternity to be able to make you pay child support?
They know.
Yeah, you do have to have a paternity affidavit.
Well, then they must have proved that I was your father. Then there couldn't have been another man. No other man.
I wouldn't have been able to adopt
All
Kayla
right, so
if they.
here on this page it says, the paperwork you completed states that there is an order for child support in Alaska and that the order names you as the father.
Is my name on there?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
I mean, my
So
mom,
listen.
my biological mom I have biological siblings that are literally consecutive years under me.
Yes.
There is no other man, Your Honor. We were together every day. I've celebrated her birthday every single year, Your Honor. I've always put her name on the cakes, Your Honor, because, Your Honor, I didn't.
Jerome, let me
I
have-
didn't forget about her, Your Honor.
Every year you put her name on a birthday cake.
That's right, Your Honor. Because I wanted to show her, because I knew someday that I would find her, and I wanted to show her that I've been looking for her, Your Honor.
And do you have any paperwork to prove that you were reaching out to social service,
Your Honor, I've gave you the letter from Social Services, Your Honor.
Department of Health and Social Services?
I've reached
In
out,
May
Your Honor.
1994, dear Mr. Hampton, 2 phone messages from you. And I don't have a number to contact you. Please be advised that you need to establish paternity of Kayla King, and we can discuss reunification.
Exactly, Your Honor, and that's what I did, Your Honor. But when I tried to do that, they wanted her mother, Your Honor, to take part in this, Your Honor. I didn't know where her mother was.
How did you not have contact if she gave you a picture of her at 2?
And look, Mr. Hampton, can you not understand their doubt? They've never heard of you.
Your Honor, they knew, Your Honor.
We've
Do
never
you
heard of
understand
I've
the
never
doubt?
heard your name in my life.
I have this birth certificate, and my parents are on it. I don't see your name on it. I don't know.
Those are your adoptive parents that
Yes.
are on that birth certificate.
Which are my parents. They are my
Exactly.
parents.
Absolutely.
Your Honor, my name is on her original birth certificate, Your Honor. They had me paying child support for her. I was there. I'm the one that gave you your name.
Where were you through all these months that Kayla was with us as a foster child and they were trying to find out who the father was?
Do you feel like Mr. Hampton is her biological father?
I mean, honestly, I kind of feel like you are, but you didn't take me when she asked you, you know? I don't care for how long. It does, you know. Even if you couldn't, I look at my son. I would do anything.
I had no place. I had no place.
It doesn't matter. Live in a car, you know. Go to a shelter. There's so many resources.
Let me just say this. This has got to be the most incredible mystery that we've ever heard in this courtroom. Jerome, right? But the only way we're going to be able to move forward is to get the results.
That would be nice. That'd be really nice.
Your Honor.
Jerome, the envelope? Yes, sir. Would you like to say one more thing before we get to the results?
I've gone through a lot the last 20 years, Your Honor. This is my life, Your Honor. I've made some bad choices, Your Honor, but I've never run from any of my children, Your Honor. I've ran to them, Your Honor, and that's why I'm here today, right here in court, because everything that she has felt all of her life, Your Honor, I felt the same thing, Your Honor. I felt all the hurt, everything, Your Honor.
I see your heart is breaking. I really do. I can see the emotion written all over your face.
I'm glad that her adoptive parents were able to take her, Your Honor. I worried about her all the time, Your Honor.
She's had a good home.
And I've had a great home.
I owe that to your adoptive parents for having you.
Well, are we ready for the results? These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics and they read as follows. If anyone would like to take a seat, they can. In the case of Browne v. Hampton, pertaining to 20-year-old Kayla Browne, Mr. Hampton, you have desperately waited for this answer. You. Do you want to watch Paternity Court on TV? Go to paternitycourt.tv to find your local listings. In the case of Browne v. Hampton, pertaining to 20-year-old Kayla Browne, Mr. Hampton, you have desperately waited for this answer. You are not her father.
That can't be right, Your Honor.
But that is me in the picture.
I don't know what's going on here, Your Honor.
This is where paternity secrets destroy our lives and our perceptions and what we believe to be true, because it may, in fact, and it unfortunately, obviously is true, that her biological mother was involved with someone else besides you during that time.
I wanted to bring some closure to myself, Your Honor. This had to be done, Your Honor. It had to be done, and I'm sorry that things didn't work out.
Don't be sorry. It's okay. I'm good. I'm fine.
And ultimately, Ms. Browne, Kayla, that's what we want to know, that you're okay. And that's
the
what he
main
wanted
thing.
to know.
Exactly, Your Honor.
So with that said, court is adjourned. Take care, everyone.
I was pretty shocked. I think that I convinced myself at first that he wasn't in the courtroom. I then convinced myself that he was, and then he wasn't. And
I feel very thankful that she's in a good home.